Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel, I hope. Everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Man suing Todd and Julie Chrisley blasts efforts to seal the case. Patrick Reichwalder, the man who is suing Todd and Julie Chrisley, is slamming the couple's efforts to have the case sealed. Todd and Julie asked the Tennessee courts to seal the ongoing legal battle over their son's 2022 car accident, citing that it would cause serious embarrassment for the family. Reichwalder is accusing Todd and Julie of trying to profit from a terrible situation. Continue reading to learn the details of the lawsuit and how it is unfolding. Patrick Reichwalder sues Chrisley family over Grayson's accident. Radar Online reported that the disgraced reality television stars requested that the court block the public from seeing any of the filings made by Patrick Reichwalder. Reichwalder initially sued Grayson, Savannah, Todd, and Julie Chrisley over a car crash that occurred on Interstate 65 in Tennessee. The incident happened on November 12, 2022. The lawsuit says that Patrick Reichwalder was driving a 2020 Dodge Ram when Chrisley's son crashed into the back of his truck. At the time, Grayson was driving a Ford 5150 pickup truck, which was apparently owned by Julie and Todd. In his suit, Reichwalder accused Grayson Chrisley of being distracted while driving. He said that he was not paying attention to the roadway in the moments immediately preceding the rear impact. On top of that, the lawsuit states that Todd and Julie Chrisley's son failed to act appropriately under the circumstances, which included at a minimum maintaining a safe operating distance from other motor vehicles, maintaining a safe operating speed, and avoiding being distracted by electronic devices within his motor vehicle. According to reports, Grayson was rushed to the hospital following the accident. Todd and Julie Chrisley attempt to dismiss the case. Since the initial lawsuit was filed, Todd and Julie requested that the court dismiss all of the claims being made. Reichwalder and the Chrisley family fought over subpoenas for their phone records. He was demanding call and text logs for the day before the crash up to 18 days following the accident. Todd and Julie Chrisley argued that Patrick Reichwalder was making a clear effort to harass them. However, they eventually came to an agreement over the phone records. Reichwalder was permitted to seek records from November 12 to November 15. He was also permitted to receive Grayson's phone records directly. Todd and Julie's records would be filtered through their attorney. Chrisley family pushes to get the case sealed. Now, the Chrisley family is asking that the entire case be sealed. Their lawyer said, "Defendants are national television personalities who are requesting that this court seal the court record in this matter to protect their privacy, especially in light of Julie and Todd's appeals of their recent criminal convictions." It was also argued that the matter was a private concern and the public would have no legitimate interest in the case. Their attorney continued, saying that disclosure would result in serious embarrassment or other specific harm. Of course, Patrick Reichwalder didn't agree with Todd and Julie Chrisley's request. He stated that the family didn't come up with a good enough reason to justify sealing the case. The irony of these arguments is that the defendants have exploited the facts of this case to remain relevant by making statements to media outlets they'd posted about the facts of the case on various social media platforms and publicly discussed the facts of the case on podcasts, Reichwalder's lawyer stated. He continued to hammer down on the fact that each of the Chrisleys spoke about the incident on their federal courthouse nestled in the heart of Atlanta. Tension hung thick in the air like southern humidity. The ornate columns of justice were no stranger to drama, but few could match the star power and sensationalism of the latest headline. Man sues Todd and Julie Chrisley, and he's furious they're trying to seal the case. At the center of the storm was Raymond Kessler, a sharp-suited financial consultant with a reputation for unearthing corporate deception. For months now, Raymond had been entangled in a legal battle against the former Chrisley Knows Best stars, alleging fraud, emotional distress, and willful misrepresentation over a failed investment deal that he claimed left his career in ruins. But it wasn't just the lawsuit drawing attention. It was what the Chrisleys had recently filed with the court that sparked Raymond's most scathing rebuttal to date. A motion to seal the case from public view. They want to hide behind a curtain of privilege and celebrity. Raymond barked into the microphones as he stepped out of the courthouse, his piercing blue eyes reflecting the frenzy of camera flashes. But the truth doesn't live in the shadows. Flanked by his no-nonsense attorney, Sheila Granger, Raymond looked more like a man going to battle than someone attending a court hearing. And in many ways he was. The Chrisleys' legal team, citing privacy concerns, had filed the motion to seal the proceedings, arguing that the nature of the financial details and personal communications could jeopardize their safety and emotional well-being. Raymond wasn't buying it. "This is not about privacy," Sheila said as she took the podium with the poise of a veteran litigator. "This is about accountability. When you use your celebrity to secure investments and then deny any responsibility when things go south, you don't get to quietly sweep that under the rug." The allegations stemmed from a series of emails and financial communications exchanged in late 2021. According to Raymond's suit, he was introduced to the Chrisleys through mutual acquaintances during a high-profile charity gala. Todd had allegedly boasted about a new real estate venture promising massive returns and backdoor access to premium flipping opportunities. Enticed by the pitch and assured by Julie's soothing reassurances, Raymond invested over $400,000. But instead of profits, what followed was radio silence. According to court documents, the venture dissolved under mysterious circumstances, and any attempt to retrieve the funds was met with legal stonewalling. When he discovered that the Chrisleys were already under federal investigation for tax evasion and bank fraud at the time of their pitch, Raymond was livid. That fury had now transformed into a full-fledged courtroom war. And the motion to seal the case. "That's a tactic," Raymond spat. "They don't want the public to know what was said, what was promised, and what was taken. This isn't just about me anymore. It's about every person they've ever misled." Inside the courtroom, the presiding judge, Honorable Meredith Franklin, listened patiently to both sides. The Chrisleys' attorney, Cameron Lane, made an impassioned plea. "My clients are already serving their time. They've endured public humiliation, relentless media scrutiny, and threats to their safety," Lane said. "This case involves deeply personal communications and sensitive financial information that, if made public, could endanger them further and spark a new wave of undue harassment." But Judge Franklin wasn't moved easily. "We're not in the business of protecting reputations at the expense of justice," she said firmly, "especially when the individuals in question have lived their lives in the public eye." Julie Chrisley, appearing in the courtroom via video call from the prison facility in Kentucky, looked markedly different from her polished reality TV days. Her hair was grayer, her voice more subdued. She offered a few quiet words, insisting she never meant to harm anyone, least of all Raymond. Todd, meanwhile, appeared from his prison in Florida, dabbing sweat from his brow, and insisting the entire situation was a misunderstanding blown out of proportion. "I trusted people to manage things, and mistakes were made," he said. "But I never meant to deceive Mr. Kessler. I'm paying the price for my past. I don't want this to be weaponized for more damage." Raymond sat stiffly, expression frozen. After the hearing, reporters swarmed the courtroom steps, eager to capture the latest twist in the Chrisley saga. "This isn't about vengeance," Raymond told them. "It's about precedent. It's about showing that celebrity doesn't shield you from the consequences of your actions. And frankly, I won't rest until this case is heard in the light of day."